Habits are the invisible routines that shape our lives, often without us even realizing it. Whether it's biting nails, procrastinating, or constantly checking your phone, bad habits can hold us back, while good habits can propel us towards success and well-being. The key to lasting change lies in understanding how habits work, why they form, and how we can consciously rewire them. We'll explore the science and psychology behind habit change and provide powerful, practical strategies to help you break bad habits and build healthy ones that stick. Today we will talk about how to break bad habits and create good ones. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Habits shape the majority of our daily lives, often operating silently in the background. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to sleep, our actions, big and small, are heavily influenced by our routines and habitual behaviors. Some habits serve us well, promoting productivity, health, and personal growth. Others, however, work against our best intentions, wasting time, damaging our health, or holding us back from our goals. Understanding how to break bad habits and replace them with good ones is one of the most powerful life skills anyone can develop. It requires insight into how habits are formed, why they persist, and how we can intentionally reshape our behavior to support lasting change. Understanding the habit loop. To effectively change habits, it's essential to understand how they function. Psychologists and neuroscientists often refer to the habit loop, a concept made widely popular by Charles Duhigg in his book, The Power of Habit. This loop consists of three parts: the cue or trigger, the routine, the behavior itself, and the reward, the benefit or satisfaction gained. For example, a person may feel stressed, cue, smoke a cigarette, routine, and experience temporary relief, reward. Over time, this loop becomes automatic. The brain begins to anticipate the reward as soon as the cue appears, which strengthens the habit. To break bad habits or create new ones, we must intervene in this loop, either by removing the cue, changing the routine, or altering the reward. Why bad habits are hard to break? Bad habits are difficult to break not because of a lack of willpower, but because they are deeply wired into our brains. Repetition and emotional association cause neural pathways to form in the brain's basal ganglia, which governs automatic behavior. The more a habit is performed, the stronger these pathways become, turning the behavior into a default response. Additionally, many bad habits offer immediate gratification, such as comfort eating, scrolling social media, or procrastinating, which makes them neurologically rewarding even if they're harmful in the long term. This creates a cycle where the brain prioritizes short-term relief over long-term benefit, making conscious intervention essential. The psychology of habit formation. Good habits are formed in the same way as bad ones, through repetition and reward. According to research, it takes on average 66 days to form a new habit, though this varies depending on complexity and consistency. Motivation plays a role, but identity-based habit formation is especially effective. This approach involves shifting your self-image to align with the behavior you want to adopt. For example, instead of saying, "I'm trying to quit smoking," say, "I'm not a smoker." When your actions align with your identity, they become easier to maintain. Additionally, habits are easier to form when they are simple, specific, and embedded in existing routines. Steps to breaking bad habits. The process of breaking a bad habit begins with awareness. You must first identify the habit clearly, including the cues that trigger it and the rewards that reinforce it. Keeping a habit journal can help track patterns and triggers. Once awareness is established, the next step is to disrupt the cue routine reward loop. This can be done by avoiding triggers when possible, for example, not keeping junk food in the house if you're trying to eat healthier, or by inserting a different, healthier routine when the cue occurs. For instance, if stress triggers snacking, replace the snack with a 5-minute breathing exercise. Gradual reduction can also be more effective than sudden elimination, particularly for deeply ingrained habits like smoking or excessive screen time. Replacing bad habits with good ones. One of the most effective ways to eliminate a bad habit is to replace it with a more constructive behavior. This works because the brain still receives a reward, just from a different source. For example, replacing late-night phone scrolling with reading helps maintain the routine of winding down, but in a healthier way. The new habit should serve the same purpose as the old one: egg relaxation, distraction, stress relief, but with a more positive outcome. Consistency is key here. It helps to anchor new habits to existing ones, like doing 10 push-ups after brushing your teeth or journaling right after your morning coffee. The role of environment in habit change. Our environment exerts a powerful influence on our behavior, often more than we realize. One of the most practical steps in habit change is modifying your environment to support the habits you want to build and eliminate those you want to avoid. For example, if you're trying to cut down on social media, removing apps from your phone or using screen-limiting tools can make a big difference. Conversely, if you want to develop a reading habit, placing a book next to your bed or on your desk makes it more likely you'll pick it up. Visual cues, accessibility, and context all shape our behavior subconsciously. Creating an environment where good habits are the easiest option drastically increases your chances of success. Using triggers and routines to build good habits. Positive habits can be formed faster when they are tied to existing cues in your life. These triggers, when chosen deliberately, can act as signals for a new behavior. For example, brushing your teeth can become a trigger to floss, or finishing dinner can become a cue to take a 10-minute walk. This is called habit stacking, a concept popularized by James Clear in Atomic Habits. Habit stacking links a new behavior to something you're already doing, making it easier to remember and perform. This method also builds momentum, as each successful repetition reinforces the habit loop in your brain. The power of small changes and consistency. Big transformations begin with small, consistent changes. Many people fail at habit change because they set goals that are too ambitious or unsustainable. Instead, adopting the philosophy of tiny habits, doing just one push-up, writing one sentence, meditating for 1 minute, can help overcome inertia and create a pattern of success. These small wins build motivation and self-efficacy, encouraging you to keep going. As the behavior becomes automatic, you can gradually increase intensity or duration. The goal is to make the habit so easy that you can't say no to it. Over time, these tiny habits accumulate into significant change. Dealing with setbacks and relapse. No habit change journey is linear. Setbacks are not failures, they are part of the process. Whether it's missing a workout, eating unhealthy food, or falling back into old routines, it's important to respond to slip-ups with self-compassion, not self-criticism. Reflect on what caused the setback. Was it stress, fatigue, poor planning, and adjust accordingly. The most important thing is to return to the habit as quickly as possible. The never miss twice rule is a powerful mindset. Missing once is a mistake, but missing twice is the beginning of a new habit. Recovery from failure, not perfection, is what ultimately sustains change. Breaking bad habits takes self-awareness, consistency, and patience. Start by identifying triggers and replacing negative behaviors with positive ones. Set realistic goals and track your progress. Surround yourself with supportive people. If you liked this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up. Leave a comment and click the button to